a minute, Mr. Postman. Yeah, you right there, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look at me. Is there a package just waiting for me? Where's my box? Where's my box? What's in the box?
Welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. I'm your host with the most, Sam, the crazy man, Vera. And this week, as you didn't notice, that we are sponsored by my book, Forbidden, which is currently on Kickstarter, 24 more days to go. And the question came up, is it just issue 2? No, it's actually the first volume of the graphic novel. So if you're interested in collecting the first few issues, you can do that on this campaign as well. So back to what I'm doing. I'm trying to get my bearings going here. Here we go. All right, so we got Plainer Jane Part 2. So if you missed the first episode, you can hit the link below on previous episode. It'll take you to Plainer Jane Part 1. But Plainer Jane, very successful campaign on Kickstarter. And here is the cover for Plainer Jane issue number 2. You can see there's a student with blood in the hand and there's a dead body on a coffin. Really, really, really cool cover. It's Broken Face Comics. So, and you see there's a kill count. I love that cover. It's just a brilliantly produced cover. But yeah, so Plainer Jane, Chapter 2, The Kill. I love that interior cover with the credits. It's written by David Wilburn, sequential artist by Wayne Loden, front cover artist Ralph Singh, colors by Robert Lass, rear cover artist Donna A. Black, logos and lettering by Tim West, and variant cover artist Nestor Celadio Jr., additional art and lettering Fiona Oakley. I always like to mention all of the participants behind the creation of a fantastic series. So here we go. Look at this. Look at this cover. Come on. Just beautiful. Black, white, red with a pop of yellow with the logo. I think it was just, I love this cover. Really, really hot. So also, I think the idea for this page was pretty cool. So there's like scribble notes from Jane, right? Things I love, right? Crime scenes, dead things, mystery, questions, things I don't love. Things that don't. Oh, the things I leave, I guess, at a crime scene. Oh, dead things, mystery questions. Things that don't leave at a crime scene is her hair, her blood, her fingerprints, witnesses' answers, and I guess the tools. I thought that was pretty cool. I love the way it looks. You know, like a young girl wrote it. I love the ripped out pages from the notepad. You know, you got the eraser, the keychain, you got a doll's head, a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, highlighters. Really cool, really cool. So anyway, so it starts off, Jane's in class with her best friend. They're being taught a form of math, and obviously they're bored by what the teacher is teaching, and so her best friend is talking about the fact that, you know, a boyfriend met up with his ex-girlfriend. They couldn't get their hands off each other, and she's pissed off, and she wants to knock her out, and she's, you know, envisioning herself whooping her katus. But Jane has to remind her, hey, did you know that she's a real MMA fighter? You know that she's real dangerous, and that it wouldn't serve you well. And she's like, I guess it's a good thing in my imagination I can see myself beating her. And so they're proceeding, again, not paying attention to what's being taught in class. And they're like, you know, what was he talking about? And they try to remember. And then she's like, yo, what happened to your hand? She goes, I already told you. Why you keep asking me for? And the reason why people keep asking you that question is because the wound doesn't look like a door slammed on you. And that's the excuse that Jane is using. So people get suspicious, right? Not suspicious. They get suspicious. And, you know, a door, you're going to have a bruise, swollen. A bite, you got, holes. You have to explain the holes. Anyway, so she finds herself constantly having to come up with excuses for her extracurricular activities. So now the teacher's upset. He's like, this is ridiculous. Can't get these girls to focus, right? So anyway, they're walking out. They're talking about nursing school. She's like, are you going to go to school with me? And she's like, I don't know about this. And she's like, I talk about this with your mom. She goes, yeah, it's kind of weird that you talk to my moms all the time. What's up with that? What do you guys have in common? This is ridiculous. Stay out of my business. Anyway, so she's trying to pressure her to go to be a nurse, but her father wants to be an engineer. And there she is listening to the news, and it's, talking about another violent death on one station, and then blood on the dance floor on another station, and she's just desperate to get another job. She is hungry and thirsty to kill. That is scary. She is hungry and thirsty to kill. That is just out of control. So she's sitting there. Mom comes in. She says, why do your boots smell like dog food? She goes, like, I stood in them. She goes, aren't you supposed to wait until after it's gone through the dog before you stand in it? And then here, in her inner voice, nothing's going through that dog anymore. Poor dog. There's no reason for that. That was just horrible. Horrible. So, she's reliving this stuff, right? She goes, she knew she made a mistake because she got bit and she left blood. So I need to make a list. I needed to be more clean, precise, and invisible, but mainly I needed another job. So she's learning from her previous mistake. Obviously, she doesn't have a mentor. She doesn't have a sadistic psychopath that's teaching her the ropes, right? She doesn't have like Charlie Manson or anything. She's learning on her own because she has this hunger. Ugh. All right, so imagine you meet a girl in high school. She's the belle of the ball. You in love. But she's chopping people up and you don't even know it. Imagine if you say something wrong and then you're next. Man, you need to do background checks on everybody. I don't know. This is crazy. No wonder why they're trying to get everybody chipped, right? To keep track of your whereabouts. If you're chipped, you can't go and do those things because now they know where you've been. Anyway, so she's there, and it took more than 2 weeks before she got another job, but she finally got it. They want, the person wants her to kill the guy that his wife is having an affair with. And she finds it easy to track this guy down because he's all over social media and he leaves all his whereabouts, right? Fingerprints. Those are your fingerprints. Those are your whereabouts, knuckleheads. That's why when you go on vacation, you don't post pictures of your vacation until you return from vacation. You never say, oh, we're going to Tahiti for 3 weeks. Now the house is empty and everybody knows. Don't do it. Warning, don't do it. Post it after. You come back and the home's secure, you're good. The last thing you want to know is that you went away from Tahiti, you came back, and you got squatters in your house, or someone just took all your stuff. Now you got to start all over. Anyway, so here we go. So now she's tracking this guy down. She's following him. She's like, at 9 a.m., he arrives at work. At 10:10, outside smoking. 11:22, smoking again. Also drinking coffee. 12:38, sandwich shop. Right? Let's see. On the phone. So she's tracking his every movement. She didn't realize that she had to be a detective. She's like, this is ridiculous. I just want to get paid. Not only that, but she also has to deal with the fact that her employer is getting antsy. How long is it going to take? How long is it done? What the bloody hell? And she's getting stressed. Don't you know not to pressure a psycho? Are you crazy? He must be some mob guy or something who doesn't realize that he's dealing with an up-and-coming... I don't even know what that is. Killer. That's the only way I can come up with is killer. Anyway, so... he's like, how long is it going to take? He's still pressuring her. He doesn't get it. She's getting pissed. Now you see it in red. If that guy had the balls to kill someone himself, I wouldn't be doing it for him. If he carries on like this, I'll do him as well. See? That's what you want to avoid. Don't tick off the person. You know you hired somebody who's a killer. Why are you pressuring the killer? And then he got the gall to say, if any of this comes back to me, you're dead. I want an update now. Ooh, suck it now, boy. You are pushing it. So then there's more notes. She goes on the phone again, much calmer. Another woman leaves work, walking, arrives at a pub. She's bored. She's bored. In case I didn't get my point, of course, she's still bored. He leaves the pub in a taxi. She lost him, right? So she gets smarter, right? So now she's at the dinner table with her parents, and they're pressuring her. You're always on the phone. Is it another man? Is it a boy, right? And so she gets pissed off as she's being pressured by her parents to tell her who it is that she's constantly talking to. She's always distracted. She's always on the phone. She's texting this guy. I'm not a delivering service. I'm whacking somebody for you. I'm not Uber. What's the matter, you? Anyway, so now she's getting pissed because that guy's pissing her off. So this is what happens when you get triggered. Everybody around you suffers the consequences of that trigger, right? Because that emotion's there. So this guy's pissing her off. And then if this guy wasn't pissing her off, she probably wouldn't have reacted that way to her parents. But because he's pissed her off and she's in the moment and she's heated, and she's heated because she lost the guy and she's trying to find a moment to take care of him, now she has this nagging noise in her ear, right? The parents like, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I'm done. There is no hint. I'm sick of this. I'm leaving, right? So she's like, leave me alone. And she storms off, right? The parents like, what the hell? Mom, dad, just some advice. She's a killer. Stop it. El stapido, rapido. Anyway, so tracking him down, she's realizing, hey, he's a waste of time. Let me follow her. Ooh, the worst thing that can happen is that the psycho gets smarter and smarter. That's no bueno. No bueno. No, not going to happen. Anyway, she follows her, right? She says she's easy. She spends most of the day at home. She drank coffee with friends. She takes the train to the same hotel. Boom, here it is. She goes into the hotel, blah, 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 and then she realizes that this guy got in the hotel, so he didn't go in through the front door. Right? She listens in the door. That's creepy. She's behind the door. She's hearing them, doing their smoochy roochies, cabarucci. And so she realizes he takes the alley. Oh, man. Dude, all right. If you snuck in through the back, go out the front. She's waiting for you, man. Oh, good Lord. He never used the front entrance. He was sneaking in and out of the service door, hidden down an alley behind the building where no one would notice him except for me. Wait till they get a load of me. Here it is. Oh, no. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Oh, gosh. Dude. The last thing he did was have fun and then lost his life to a little girl in an alley. Or no. Oh, nobody knows. Oh, good Lord. So she leaves off by saying, my dad likes to say that all life is precious, something to be guarded and protected. But all I see is a soft transition. The body may be still and growing cold, but nothing has really changed. The universe still has all of its atoms to play with, and the city still shouts in my ears and flashes lights in my eyes. My only regret is that I cannot kill him again. Oh, the horror. The horror. Oh, good Lord. That's no bueno. I love these, what do you call them? Thumbnails, the character designs. I love the use of the gray marker. I mean, Plain Jane got me. That's just nuts. Right? And then David talks about, his experience with the side effects from the vaccine and, dealing with the shivers, but that he uses his home place where the neighborhood to go in Manchester, where he goes and picks the sites that you see in the book, and he thanks the people that he's worked with. And I mean, special thanks to his Kickstarter super supporters, and he names them. And you can go to brokenfacecomics.com for more. And then I love this, right? Salford Lads Club, Coronation Street. Beautifully done. This was Plainer Jane. Again, successful on Kickstarter. Go visit brokenfacecomics.com. Really good book. If you want to be featured on What's in the Box, all you have to do is simple. Hit me up, and I'll get you featured. Send me a PDF or physical. It all depends. Doesn't really matter. Subscribe to this episode if you haven't done so already. Help me grow this channel and get monetized. If you're an indie creator, if you've been on the show and you haven't subscribed, will you please subscribe? Help me help you. And give us a thumbs up if you like this. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. Don't forget, pledge to Forbidden. I got 25 days on Kickstarter. I'm trying to get to 100 backers. Can you help me get there? Talk to you soon. Peace.
What's in the box?